Hey, welcome to this extra video. Just thought I'd do this very spontaneously. I don't have the energy to sit down and do an audio and then upload it and put it in through the editor and put an image. And I think it's better if I just show you this. This will not be my real me podcast because it's not audio. So this will just be a separate thing. But I want to show you something that I just find so fascinating on my original channel. This is me. I filmed this October 16th of 2022. I was outside. This is my grandparents' house, as you can see. And I was making this short, Moon and Cancer, the moons and Cancer, talking about speaking words from your heart. Cancer speaks from a heart center place because it is connected with its heart, connected with its, emotions and all that. So I was speaking that. And you can hear the short. I'm actually going to just play it so that you can hear what it sounds like. So you can hear what I have to say about this. I just find myself so unique. I, I was 18 years old and I'm like 20 something years old. It's like, okay, I'm 21 years old and I come across like I'm 30 something. It's so weird. I'm just older and wiser than I actually am for my age. I just, it's like I look at this and I'm thinking, like as I was watching this, I'm thinking, wow, I am just older than how I actually was when I did this. Like, I'm so wise. This nobody who my age does this. And I got the idea for this when I was just listening to while I was uploading videos, I was listening to one of my podcasts, um, uh, men not like my age, and I mentioned this, why I'm not young, like other young men my age, and whole slew of comments came up, and I was watching the video, and I thought, well, why don't I just do a video? So, about this. So, I'm just watching myself and I'm just like, this is me when I was 18 saying this. Wow. Gosh. Do you hear other 18-year-olds saying this kind of stuff? Seriously. I mean, this is deep. I didn't intend to make it deep, but I'm listening and this is already like I'm kind of somebody said I'm hard on myself for my content not being deep. Astrology because I thought my content was superficial. Well, it was always deep, I guess. It was always from the time I started to, it was always very deep, I guess. Now it's the deepest that it's ever been. Yeah, very good point. And I still agree with all this today. With the moon in Cancer dropping in, connecting with your heart, not getting so caught up in the head and all the noise, so. Wow. Okay. Now I'm gonna show you the slew of comments to this. So, okay. Um, I okay. So the slew of comments, this new person I'm realizing, this other person said, which I have nothing against, and uses the word you in the comment, which is so attractive. Just that word in comments and writing is just ah so drawn to it. It truly depends on how honest you are, whether you're just mm, regurgitating others' opinions or have your own, and so on. Also, you should. Was this a woman saying this? Was this a young adult saying this? Was this a was this a young man saying this? 20s, teens. Like I feel like that is the way it is. I mean, I could see this person's channel and just see, oh, and it is. You know, Maximus the drummer. Well, what do you know? Yeah, I wonder if he has a lot of Virgo in his chart because he suggested that I did something, but didn't suggest that I did something, as you're gonna see. Um, but okay. So the first part of this comment is very, very well written. Very, it is articulate and honest. But then it is, huh, you should do this. Huh. And let me tell you, at the time I didn't respond to people's comments. Every single comment I get, I respond to it now. Until the point where I can't, I have so much that I can't respond. So this person showed also you should do some physical exercise. You should. You should. Don't use the word should. You could. Correction. The better thing to would have said would be you could use physical exercise because should is like you must do it. It's like you're um forcing the person into doing this. Like you should. It's very, very dictatorial. It's very, like you must do this. But could it's like you could, like you don't have to, but it's an idea. So let me rephrase this. You could do some physical exercise. Huh. And here's the deal that I want to point out with this comment before I get into the main slew of comments. This person did not know who I was before writing this comment. Just seeing me outside and just writing me. Well, you don't know if I've done physical exercise or not. Well, truth, I didn't do. That doesn't mean you can just, just tell me like you should do this, you should do that. Huh. I hope this person is a little bit older now to realize this. I mean, I'm certainly more aware of that, and I don't tell people that they should do this or not, unless it's like encouragement. Like we're in a conversation, I'm like, you should do that. It's like you'd be very, very good at that. Like, that's kind of an exception with this. Mainly, though, avoid the word should. So, yeah. So, yeah. I don't like being told what to do by people in comments. And if I get a comment like this and I say, just I'm not telling you, don't tell me what to do. I'm just gonna say I don't like being told what to do. Don't say like I'm gonna analyze my Jupiter and Virgo, and I'm gonna say don't use the word should, use the word could. Okay, so that would be what it was the more appropriate word to use. I re and you get specific, and you get specific. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, am I going to do this with every little comment? I don't think so. I'm going to respond in a way where I don't have to do videos showing it. I can just respond. But the fact is, at the time, I didn't respond to these comments. So it is what it is. And so now I'm making this video and now responding back to this person. And I'm going to respond something very, very critically that I want you to see because I can and I will at this point in my life. I recommend calisthenics. This is what I had to do in the hospital. Is, when I was in the hospital, I had to do this because of my, bowels and like this person. Thinks that they know me and they don't. Like talking to me as if they know me, but this person doesn't know me. Okay? They don't know me. And yet they're saying all this stuff as if they know me. Like you give advice to someone when you know them, when you have a relationship with them, not when you are, you know, uh, just somebody viewing a comment on a channel. So that's what I also want to say though. Oh my gosh, this gives it away completely. Oh, this is so. Oh my goodness gracious. Wow. This is not somebody that I would associate with. Not somebody who is aligned with my values of people who are who I like to hang out with and want to be with. My gosh, does this give it away? You'll get more girls, especially if you are also after your intelligence a good way. And boom, the very, very last thing. Well. This kind of comment. No, 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 no. I do not like those kind of comments on my channel. I do not like these comments on my channel. I don't like comments from from young men who talk in these kind of ways, like they're talking about getting girls and stuff. Nope. I I followed people when I was young because I was just wanting to be with them, just strangers. And I was at this park one time, and they said, don't be something about girls. I don't know. But no, this is not somebody who is aligned with my values. Not somebody who is aligned with my values. Okay. So, and then have a good day. Nice, but I don't use the word. Okay. I don't use this word. I don't like people when they call me this word, and I don't use it. So, in my very, very empowered, new, sovereign way, I'm going to respond. I'm curious as to how you are giving. Oh, my computer battery is running. Giving advice to me as if you know me and you clearly don't. When you clearly don't. Don't judge me for what I'm writing to this person. Just doing it live time just to show you because I thought I'd do this. And I don't want to have to do a whole thing with the editor. Like I'm done with that for today. I just don't want to use that editing software anymore today. So, excuse me. Um, um, okay, my computer is running low on battery. Of course, because it does that. So let me move it over. Okay, so now let me look at this. Also, I don't appreciate how you are talking to me about girls and and about getting girl and what's the and calling me bro. If you were to know me, you would know that I don't use the word bro in conversations with others. I don't like being called bro. I don't know if this person's even gonna see this. Um, and and I don't use that name, and I also don't call others that. What you wrote is against my values with who I like to interact with in my life and online. Like I'm showing you lifetime. This is the kind of don't write me these kind of comments, please. Don't, don't. So grammatically checking because I don't want to be incorrect, so proofread this before I send it. Giving me advice as if you know me, and you clearly don't. Also, I didn't appreciate how you were talking to me about getting girls and calling me bro. If you were to know me, you would know that I don't use the word bro in conversations with others. I don't like being called bro, and I don't call others that. What you wrote is against my values, with whom I like to interact in my life with. Okay, this is wrong. With whom I like to interact with in my life. My gosh. With whom I like to interact. Okay. Well, I guess it's. Did I put beliefs? No. I'm just gonna put values. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it at that. It's not how I would like it, but it's apparently corrected by, maybe I shouldn't use AI for this, but oh well. That is what I have to say to that. Now, this. I should have gotten involved with this on my own channel. This conversation was going on. The very, very first comment was nerd. Now, am I going to respond to every little comment that comes through here? No, I'm not. I'm just going to come in later. So this said nerd to me, and this was a long time ago. This was 2022. Now we're in 2026. So, okay, again, against my values. Comments where they call people bro, where they call me bro. I do not like being called bro in my comments. Okay? I don't. That's not me. And it's like, nope, this person's out. If they're calling me by this. Okay? Nerd. Wow. How should I take that? Um, I like being called nerd. I don't pretend to be smart. I don't pretend to be, wise. I just am who I am and I speak from my truth. Okay. And this other person said, bro, you have what? This is ridiculous. You have an anime profile pic. This person talking to me or this other person? You have an anime. What does this? What does this even mean? EFEMIMFAC. I don't know. I don't know what that means. Just don't use that slang that I don't have any idea what you're talking about. I don't appreciate slang in my comments and abbreviations that I know nothing about. As if it makes me like, am I behind the times or something? Like, am I not? Okay, I'm not in the cool club of those kind of things like that. Um, okay, and then this other person, I'm going to respond to this at the very, very end and get involved in this years later when it probably doesn't even matter, but I'm going to do it anyway. Because I didn't get involved at the time, but now I will, especially with the more comments I get, it's bound to happen sometime. Bro, you are making anime edits. You don't, well, he likes to make these videos. Well, okay. This feels like a conversation between teenagers. Well, like every comment is from teenagers, young men, males. I am not like other males my age for several reasons. I go into that on that episode. You can go see, which I'm not going to regurgitate that here. But well, thanks for standing up for me. But um, yeah, okay, still, still, somebody stands up for me like that. It's still against my values. Still, okay, still, like I feel like I'm just in a club with these, you know, teenagers. And I'm like and I'm the odd one out. I'm the outside, I'm on the outside looking in. And by the look at these comments, these are teenagers or young men writing this that I'm, in their 20s. Uh, young adults in their 20s writing this. Like, I think that I'm basing this assumption on very, very positive ground here. Very, certain ground. Um, yeah, I feel like I'm the, y- you know, um, I don't want to find myself in these situations. You know what? I will not be in these situations because if I am, I will take myself right out of that. South Node and Scorpio in the 11th house. Nope. No, 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 no. North Node and Taurus, values, um, my sense of self-worth about myself, being in a stable, grounded place instead of this, which is not stable and grounded. So, there you go. So personal about it. This is just so charming, actually. This, like, this, this conversation is so charming because it's like human, but it is in written form. Like, I just find comments just so charming when a person is writing to me using the word you directly at me. It is so attractive to me. It is, so this whole conversation is just, I have to laugh. This is very, very charming. Very, you know, like even though it's against my values, like there were people in my life that were against my values that I found very attractive, and this is, wow, this is so real. It's like human beings in written form with accounts. Are they human? Are they written? Very, very charming. Personal, okay. I don't want this on my channel. I don't want this on my channel. I don't want people that are young people having these conversations to each other on on my channel. on my original channel, on my new channel. I won't tolerate it. I will get involved and I will make a statement and say something to this. Personal about it, bro. I'm just telling you, you not to call people nerds like you do. Okay. To have my other reading voice to come in here, please. If you watch my intellectual traction podcast, I have two reading voices. Should I get, I'm kind of stepping on some grounds here, so I'm not going to get into it here. But, well, I have a male voice in my head that, I hear when I read. Sometimes I have a female voice, basically. But, yeah, Prue, you don't even know me, so why are you saying that? I said the very same thing to that other comment. Again, that other comment was making assumptions about me by thinking that I needed exercise when you don't know me and you're giving me free advice. Like, no, I didn't ask for you to give me that advice. I didn't ask for you to give me that advice. When I want advice, I want it from a kind, compassionate, um, place. And, you know, or, just when I asked for the advice, I didn't ask for the person to say, you should do that, you should do that, and going into all the details of it. I don't care, this person says. D- Don't care. Don't. It's like sly is the word to use. I don't know. Let me look up the definition of the word sly just to get clear on it. Um, okay. I'm gonna show the cunning or deceitful nature. Well, okay. It's kind of, uncaring, like, don't care. It's like I saw this in the Scooby-Doo episode where um what's it called? The in a Hodag episode where the sister was like, I don't care. Just use those words. Um, yes. The person confirmed, yes, I don't care. So funny. Um, okay. Then, bro, I'm done arguing with you. This is okay. My videos and my content are not appropriate for this kind of conversation going on right here. Okay. My astrology videos, like, I don't want to see this on any of my insightful, deep, you know, I want to even use the word professional astrology videos or any of my videos, really. This video does not line up at all with this conversation. I am intelligent, I am wise, I am um showing awareness when I do this. And this is like quite the opposite. This is so different from this. So, yeah. IDs. This is this in 2026, and we're still having dynamics on the internet that are like this. Like, do people still communicate on the internet like this in 2026? Okay, I don't want to say it on my channel. Okay, IDC, meaning I assume it means I don't care. Wow. Okay. So, what is going on here? What is this about? I don't appreciate you all having this conversation on my channel. This does not align with my values. Okay? Should I correct this? I'm going to. What is going on here? What is this about? I appreciate you having, yeah. reply. And I did that, okay. There I go. I made my statement. I made my statement. Okay, so this is a lesson not to have these kind of conversations with people and like this in my comments section below. Okay. And this is also a reminder to not tell me this is what you should do. Okay. I don't like being told what to do in my comments. Okay. No. So take this, if you're watching this, take this as a lesson to learn. Okay. This was on my original channel, not the me now, not on my new channel, not on my current channel. Okay. So I'm going to post this. I'm going to put comments in to see who responds and see what the opinions are going to be. And anyway, that's all I have, and bye for now. Whoops, I forgot to doing that. Okay.